Hello everyone, it's UnsungNPC here, back with another class video. Today we are bringing you the Bard. Bard is a very interesting class to play, as you'll see soon. And there are some different things, so many different things that Bards can do that it's often easy to forget while playing one in the game. I remember having a Bard companion and only sticking to like 2 different performances back and forth, and like barely even remembering all of the other stuff that they have, because it's crazy. So here we go, the Bard. So I will state that I am using a mod in my game called Call of the Wild. It's on the Nexus. It's made by Holic92, and it is a brilliant mod that adds so much extra stuff and makes a lot of different gameplay things closer to the actual core rules of Pathfinder the tabletop, which is awesome. Because I'm a big tabletop guy, so I love having the closer to the rules, the better for me. And actually, there's a lot of things that I think are even being there are some classes that the mod adds that are going to be in Wrath of the Righteous now, and some subclasses that are going to be in Wrath of the Righteous now. There's just so many different things that this thing adds, and it does alter some subclasses, so when thinking about the stuff that I'm showing you today, keep in mind that some things are different if you're playing the base game rather than the modded game. But I'm showing you guys the modded game because I want to show you guys all that it has to offer. So first we have the regular Bard. So this is pretty much what it is in the base game, with one minor difference. So there's Inspired Courage, right, getting +1 to attack and damage, and on saving throws against fear and charm effects, okay. There's Inspire Competence, so bonuses to skill checks. There's the Bardic Knowledge, so gaining half your class level on all knowledge and lore skills checks, and then getting a +1 to all skill checks. There's Well Versed, so +4 on saving throws against Bardic Performance, Sonic, and language dependent effects. Inspire Greatness, which gives everyone temporary HP and a +2 to attack rolls and +1 to fortitude saves. There's Soothing Performance, which removes fatigue, sickened, and shaken, and also acts as if it's using mass cure serious wounds. Inspire Hero Performance, which is +4 bonus to saving throws and +4 to dodge AC. Then the Debilitating Performances that affect enemies. Fascinate, which just leaves enemies fascinated, which is one of my favorite performances. They just like stand there, they don't do anything. So that's great. Durge of Doom causes enemies to be shaken, also really good. Frightening Tune causes them to be feared, which is also fun, especially if you have a lot of like attack of opportunity characters that take advantage of that. And then Deadly Performance, where if they fail, they will die, overcome with joy and sorrow of the beautiful performance they were listening to. So that's fun. And then obviously being able to use it as a move action, and then being able to use it as a swift action, which is just great, because otherwise it's so annoying to have to like spring it up for an entire thing. Versatile Performance is the thing that gets altered a little bit. And this one, they made it closer to the Pathfinder core rules, so you can mobility, stealth, perception, persuasion, and use magic device. You get a number of ranks in that skill equal to half your bard level, and you get to use your charisma modifier in place of the ability modifier that the skill would normally use. Or you can take martial performance, which I think is like a weapon related ability, but we'll take a look at that. Archaeologist, This is pretty much what it is in the base game, except that the mod adds rogue talents. So the mod makes it to where you get rogue talents on top of the other things that you get, which are Bardic Knowledge still, Evasion, Jack of all trades, and then a little bit of Inspired Competence at the end there. You get Archaeologist Luck, which is a luck bonus to everything you do, up to +4, which is pretty incredible. And then Clever Explorer, half your class level on Trickery and Perception, and then being able to take 10 on Trickery checks. You get Danger Sense, so bonus to Reflex and AC against traps, and Perception checks to avoid being surprised. And then Advanced Talents eventually, and then Uncanny Dodge. So that's pretty much how that works. And the luck. It does count as a bardic performance. So if you want to take like the lingering performance feat, that's extra rounds of luck. So that's great. Next we have the Thundercaller, which is just insane because it's literally a bard that just calls down lightning on people, which is crazy. So you have your Inspire Courage, you have bonus on nature checks, and then Jack of all trades, your versatile performance, well-versed, greatness, soothing performance, heroics, fascinate, and then deadly performance, and then this move action, swift action. So you're giving up 2 performances here, and you're giving up Inspire Competence for Thundercall, which every creature in the area takes 1d12 points of sonic damage, and it just increases damage to 3d12, then 5d12, then 7d12, then 9d12 sonic damage. Full. And then also you get the ability to call lightning, which is 3d6 or up to 5d6, or if it's already storming or you're within the whirlwind of a wind elemental, it also goes to 3d10 and 5d10, which is crazy. And then Incite Rage on enemies, which is always fun. -2 to ACs and can't cast spells. So if you have a bunch of casters up there, just inciting rage on all of them is great because they're just virtually rendered useless. So that's the Thundercaller. It's a great one if you're going for kind of like an AoE frontliner bard with some good buffing and then being able to just strike lightning down on people. And then next we have Flame Dancer. As you can see, a bunch of the same stuff on certain parts. And then they have Song of Fiery Gaze, so being able to see through fire, fog, and smoke for all your allies. And then getting Fire Resistance 20, and then Fire Resistance 30 eventually for all of your allies. And then you get Fan the Flames, where you add fire spells to your Bard spell list. So Burning Hands, Burning Arc, Fireball, all of that. So if you want to build a Fire Bard, this is the way to do it. I don't know how well these guys play. I feel like Thundercaller is cooler if you want to go for more elemental damage. But if you want to try something fiery, go for it. Or, I don't know, if you feel like the cleric companion in the game sucks as a cleric and you want to make them a fiery buffing person as well, then that's cool too. But these are the base classes in the game here. And then these next ones are from the mod specifically. So everything on these next 3 are from the mod Call of the Wild on the Nexus. This first one is Aerosong Minstrel, which kind of just turns you into a, Magus, Eldritch Archer. You're kind of like an Eldritch Archer, but you also get buffing performances, which is cool. You can deliver your spells through your bow, though, and you get arcane archer spells. So there's spells added in through the mod: Acid Arrow, Flame Arrow, and then those 2 are added. And then there's Hurricane Bow, Greater Magic Weapon, Protection from Arrows, and Snowball and True Strike. And then there's precise shot as a bonus feat, which is cool. Oh, and then any creature provided that's affected by the performance does not provide soft cover to enemies, which is cool. So the mod kind of makes cover more of a thing in the game, more accurately to the rules. And so for this one, if your allies are affected by your performances, whichever ones you're using, then they don't provide any cover at all, and you can just shoot right through, which is cool. And then you still get the swift action eventually, and eventually deadly performance. So a good ranged arrow spell bard. Very interesting and fun. I'm still digging the Thundercaller, to be honest, and Archaeologist is a great, like, trickery, perception, trap character. And then the luck bonuses also being able to use on whatever weapon you're using is just really cool. And with the mod adding in the rogue talents, you can make a really nice, like, sneaky rogue character in there, which is a lot of fun. Durge Bard. These are like commanders of the undead. Their music is so powerful that they bring the dead back to life to dance with them. So these are fun. So you have courage and competence. You have secrets of the grave. So you can use mind affecting spells, which is like the bard's main spell set, against undead. And you can add necromancy spells from the spell list of any arcane spellcasting class to the list of your spells known, which is crazy. So I have Haunting Refrain, so bonus to intimidation checks. And then, in addition, saving throws against any fear effects he creates are made with a -2 penalty, which is wow. And then this one functions like animate dead, but it's only as long as their performance is going, so you can just animate dead as long as you have your performance, which is a lot of animating dead if you think about it, especially if you have lingering performance piled on there. Oof. And then obviously you've got a lot of the debilitating, because this is like your debilitating bard with some animate dead and being able to hit undead. So that's the kind of bard you're doing here. But you're sacrificing jack of all trades, well-versed and stuff like that, and you don't have any versatile performances. But those are fun. If you have like an undead party build, you can really play around with that, which I think is like a lot of fun. I love undead necromancy stuff, or my fave. Court Bard. This one was more recently added, actually, in the mod, just the other day. And it adds some very different... So some of this obviously looks the same, right? Instead of Bardic Knowledge, you have Heraldic Expertise. So you get a bonus on Persuasion and Knowledge World checks. And then once per day, you can re-roll a check on one of those skills, which is cool. And then for these, instead of Courage or Competence, you have Satire, which is you cause people to take a -1 penalty to attack and damage rolls, and -1 on saves against fear and charm effects. And then eventually you have Mockery, where you force someone to make a -2 on any charisma checks and charisma related skill. And then you have Glorious Epic, where they're so engrossed in your like amazing tale of heroic feats that they become flat-footed, which is like great if you have like rogues and you can just go in there and sneak attack all of them. And then Scandal. So there's a spell, Song of Discord, that makes enemies fight each other, and this is like the performance version of Song of Discord, where you're just making creatures of like enemies attack each other within here if they fail the will save, which is really cool. I love that one. Court Bard is one of my favorite to play in the tabletop game. I love the Court Bard in Pathfinder tabletop, so seeing it brought into here is a lot of fun. I think it's a great bard subclass here. So these are the bards. Everything's pretty straightforward, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what the versatile performance looks like. Favored class is also a mod by Holic92. Fantastic. Getting to choose bonuses based on your favored class is always a fun time. All right. Charisma. We'll just stack that ish. And Dex for funsies. Don't worry about the builds. I'm not showing you guys how to build a character here, okay? By any means. I'm just getting through this so we can take a look at the stuff. Right? Yada yada. Some of these spells are from the mod as well. Some of them are not from the base game. So if you see anything that doesn't look familiar to you, that's why. The mod adds a ton of spells. A ton of them.
The path is clear.
Okay. So let's take a look at these versatile performances. Versatile performance. Alright. Okay, so you've got mobility, perception, persuasion, stealth, and magic device. And it allows you to just use charisma for it. I don't know why I use magic devices in here, but I guess that's for the free ranks, right? And then, yeah, which is cool. And then you get returned all of your ranks. So if you pick a skill later on, you get all of your ranks you put into that skill back, which is very cool. But yeah, that's a bard. That's what the bards are. I still think Archaeologist is a great trap trickery bard, and Thundercaller is amazing as is. I only like Archaeologist with the rogue talents. I think without the rogue talents, it has a little left to be desired. But the Thundercaller, the boom bard, as I like to call them, boom boom, fantastic. So I really enjoy those. Arrow Song Minstrel could be fun. Love the Court Bard, one of my all-time favorite subclasses, archetypes for bards. And Durge Bard, if you have an undead party, Durge Bard is fun. The more undead, the better, right? Having like a whole team of undead summoning people is just insane. So those are the bard subclasses and what the bard is all about, performances and whatnot. If you're new, I hope this video helped you kind of figure out how the bards can work a little bit more, because I know there's a lot going on here and it can be a little bit confusing with all this stuff. If you're a veteran player, hopefully this made you maybe want to get the mod, huh? Raise a little dead, make fun of a little, people in court, maybe, yeah? Good times. So I think you should check that out for sure. Great mods. I will have the list of mods that I use in my game in the description below. And yeah, this is the bard, and I will catch you guys in the next class video. I'm UnsungNPC. Thanks for stopping by. I hope that I was helpful to you today.